This is Josiah Plays Torment, Tides of Numenera. We are here in the old slave block. We've just walked into this area. And we hear tell that there are some Murdens here. And based on what I know so far, Murdens are typically not our happy friends. This wheeled vehicle looks like it was abandoned here during some kind of military assault. Here's some loot.
Of course.
Oh, well, that's a good start to a zone. When you walk in and immediately get some free shit just because you exist, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. I'm going to give the concentrated spray flash to her. Alright.
Fine.
Oh god. 2 Murdens? They better call some friends.
Of course.
Alright. You know, now that I'm in a new area, I feel like I should throw a real save out there. Alright, Murdens, let's do this.
1 moment. It's done.
2 hunched avian humanoids stare at you, their bright and hate-filled eyes shining above dirty yellow beaks. You recognize them at once. Kenku. Oh, I mean Murdens. They emit a kind of psychic fuzz, a mental blanket that makes it difficult for you to concentrate. I'm sorry, psychic Kenku. One puffs up its greasy black feathers to make itself look larger, while the other scrapes close to the ground. Their arms wave and gesture, and the intent is clear. Go no further. I'll pay you to stand aside? No. Come on now. First of all, I ain't got that many shins. Second of all, even if I did, fuck these guys. I could just attack straight up, but that's not how I roll. Intimidation's a solid choice. But no, that's not me. That's not me. I'm a diplomat. I'm a diplomat. Although, I remember something about Murdens attacking you if they sense weakness. And if I do the number 1, they're going to sense weakness and they're going to attack me. But you know what? Fuck it. That's on them. If they want to attack me, then that's on them. And I'll just murder them. I mean you no harm. I've come to retrieve the standard for Artaglio's irregulars. 100% as always, because I fucking rock at intellect tasks. Look at all these bonuses. Cut the games. Oh, I didn't realize this. This whole time I've played this game and I never realized this. I thought if it listed 2 skills for the check, that meant you could use one or the other, whichever one you were good at. But it gives you the bonus from both. I'm getting my bonus from persuasion and deception. That's pretty neat. Alright, anyway, 100%, let's go. One of them points its blade toward the adjoining room. They back slowly and nervously away, keeping their eyes on you the whole time. Oh, that worked out well. I like their little crow feet. Alright, what do we have here? This makeshift bed consists of rags, dirty feathers, and assorted junk. And it's got all kinds of things buzzing around it. So, we're learning a lot of things about Murden. Hygiene, not a big priority for them. It says the same thing.
Yes.
It says the same thing. What if I talk to the Murdens again? The Murden draws back from you, hissing, and it looks nervously to its comrade on the other side of the room. It emits a burst of mental static that feels like trepidation. You don't want to talk to me, do you? Again, the creature glances at the other Murden, hisses at you, and waves its arms to shoo you away. I have a strong feeling that the same thing's going to happen when I go to talk to this guy. Or maybe they'll just attack me. Oh, it isn't quite the same thing. The Murden puffs itself up, its greasy black down expanding as its beady eyes size you up. You note that this creature is slightly larger than its comrade. It croaks a harsh and glottal challenge, and a burst of mistrustful static fuzzes your thoughts. Where is your leader? Murden ducks its head, bobbing from side to side to keep you in view, and it points its wicked blade toward the adjoining room. Okay, slow your roll. The adjoining room? There's 2 adjoining rooms. Where can I find your leader again? Again, the Murden points his blade toward the adjoining room. I'm going to assume it means the adjoining room. Well, I guess, no, it must be this. This is a room. This is just like a short hallway, I guess. So in all fairness, this must be the room that's being discussed. Especially since there's a Murden chief right there. Well, we're not going that way, obviously.
Sure.
That's the important way. You always go the other way first. You collect free shit. Go ahead and take those, Rin.
Fine.
She sounds really not thrilled about doing what I want her to do right now. That's my character. It's acting up. I gotta say, though, the little voice barks for the last cast off, not nearly as cool as Michael T. Weiss as the nameless one. Like, when she says, I'll make a note of that. It's so much less cool than updated my journal. I don't know why. Maybe because updated my journal's been built up as this, like, iconic thing now. Also, I'm disappointed that there's no slot on my equipments for my eyeball, where I can click on it and try to try to get rid of my eyeball, and it'll say, don't want to part with that. No eyeball equipment slot. Even though I do actually have an artificial eyeball, which is pretty cool. Alright. Make sure to find the door on the right side. What door on the right side? You mean this door? Right here? That's on the right side of something. There's a lot of doors in here. Old slave block. There's a rare update in my journal bark. Really? That's cool. Alright, we'll go in there. Colin wants us to go in there. That's where we'll go.
All right.
Oh, Skora the Faceless sounds interesting. That name seems familiar. Have we heard the name Skora before this? Sounds really familiar. But I don't know. He says, oh shit, save your game first. Yeah, I just did. I just quick saved. I always save before... Well, I save before I do anything.
Sure.
Okay, what's gonna happen in here? A cleverly made bed lies at the back of the cell, cobbled together from scraps of wood and rope. Oh, that's what this is. That's right, this is the old prison for slaves. So these are actual cells. Alright. That is a clever bed. Skora the Faceless, what is gonna happen here? No, I have Allegorn. Does something strange happen here if you have Eratus? Saving him for my second playthrough. This creature stirs and mutters at your approach. Though the form is recognizably humanoid, her head is horribly disfigured. Something has wiped her face clean of features, leaving an expanse of mottled and bulbous flesh, save only a horrifically enlarged mouth and 2 small holes where her ears should be. Okay. Looks like we found our waifu, boys. I'll be very disappointed if I cannot romance Skora the Faceless. BioWare style. Third Hand Cancer. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How you doing? She hears you approach and clutches a small jar close to her chest.
What would you have with Skara? Though my looks have been stolen, scribbled away by a million thoughtless particles, I can hear you breathing. I can taste what others can only smell. Your fear, your exertion.
He smacks her oversized lips.
Tell me, if you had lost your sight, what price would you pay for its return?
972 shins at the moment. Came for the stream, stayed for the bulbous flesh. Their hand cancer, nice. If I could save the game while saving the game, I would totally do that. Yeah, I totally would. We were talking about that on your stream earlier, Brad. Alright, here we go. I would give anything. Am I basically just getting asked what would change the nature of the man question here? I would give anything. That's... no, I wouldn't give anything. Let's not get ridiculous here. Shins or Numenera, wouldn't run to the ends of the earth. Okay. Number 3 is kind of a dick answer, because you're basically not answering the question. You're saying, ha ha, I regenerate because I'm a cast-off. So your question is meaningless. I guess I'd go with number 2. I would pay Shins or Numenera, but I wouldn't run to the ends of the earth to regain the sense. I have others I can use with equal facility. I mean, I'd give a lot to get my sight back, but anything is too much. Anything is a ridiculous answer. You accidentally had sex with a random villager in Witcher 1. I think I accidentally had sex with some people in The Witcher 1. It was really easy to just stumble into sex in The Witcher 1. You could be like, hi. Thanks for telling me about the village. Boom! Sex card. Just like out of nowhere. Yeah, The Witcher 1 was funny. Alright.
Updated my journal.
Oh, we got a quest! Okay, now that I have a quest, I'll literally do anything. Hashtag, I had a quest.
Ha! I might have expected such an answer from someone with a strange taste like yours. I would welcome such a gift, but I can tell you that you haven't experienced the privation of blindness.
She nods toward her jar.
This is a piece of the iron
What? That's what happened to her face. The Iron Wind. That's a Numenera thing. I mean, obviously it's a Numenera thing, but it's an actual Numenera thing that existed in the Numenera setting before they made this game.
This is a piece of the Iron Wind. It is my most prized possession, and I would give it away in a moment if it meant that I could see once again.
Okay, let's examine the jar. Made from an opaque, battered metal, it seems to thrum with energy. Small lights flicker in the air above it. Skora's lips slobber into a toothy smile.
My pride and my punishment all in one,
She says. Then she hides it behind her back.
and if you want it, you'll help me regain my sight. If not, you'll never know its wonders.
Sure, I'm all about helping people regain their sight. Although if I help you regain your sight, you're going to want to stay the fuck away from mirrors. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. What happened to you? I think she already made that clear.
I was a nano once, a researcher on the cutting edge of the science of nano spirits. In particular, I sought to harness the power of the Iron Wind. But the shields, My shields, they gave way around me, and the iron wind swirled in and found me.
She smiles sadly, her immense mouth drooling. I do like a woman with an immense mouth. That's, you know, right up my alley, right? And drooling? Hot. I see you drooling in your picture. Never mind. She pats the jar.
I captured some of the iron wind here, but it still remade me. I was cast out, an abomination, and now I skulk and beg for my living. At least the Merdans fear me.
Well, that's kind of sad. But you know what they say. Sow the iron wind, reap the iron whirlwind. Maybe you shouldn't have been messing around with that thing. Oh, alright. Tell me again what happened to you. She giggles, the sound slightly obscene.
Perhaps the exposure to my beauty has addled your mind? Quickly then, quickly! I dwelt on the cutting edge of knowledge, and so I sought to harness the iron wind. I found it. Oh yes, and it found me. Now I hide here, blind and mourning, with only my prize to keep my company.
I'm sorry. What a pathetic creature. What do you want me to do for you? Grab the jar, that's a dick move.
Do you not listen? I am blind and I would see. I don't care how it's done. Restore my sight and I will give you my jar of wind.
Lady, there's two crazy mad doctors that fix people in bizarre ways, like, just right over there in Kyurgeon Slump. It's like, seriously, even with loading screens, it's like a 1 minute walk from here. Why? Alright. Dude, it's actually hurting my face to do that voice. I'm not lying. If you saw my face, you would laugh your ass off, because I'm using a lot of facial muscles.
When I had to do that, I got half my face way the fuck over on the other side.
It's not good. Crazy doctors? Nonsense. That would never work. Well, I'm gonna go talk to them anyway. Well, tell me what you want to do for me. What you want me to do for you again?
Star my sight, and I'll give you my jar with the iron wind inside. Are there no Kyurgeons? No doctors, you know?
Do you just never leave this cell? I guess maybe she's really freaked out about her appearance, or other people are so freaked out by her. But you could put a hood on or something, a mask, something. I'll bring you a brown paper bag, cut some holes in it for your eyes, put that over your head, and you can go right over there to the doctors. I mean, listen, lady, I'm gonna help you out here, but you need to show some initiative in life.
Someone with a taste of travel on her scent should have met at least one such.
Alright, farewell.
I hope to see you soon.
She's a lovely individual. Too bad she's not a companion. What the winds took. Skura, a hideously disfigured woman. Whoa! Let's not be so judgmental in our journal writing. Last cast off. A differently beautiful woman I met in the old slave block has lost the ability to see. If I can restore her sight, she'll give me her most prized possession, a metal jar containing nanospirits of the iron wind. Great, so I can open the jar and they'll do that shit to my face. Thanks. Skura didn't give me any leads, but a healer of some kind might be able to help. Yeah, I've already met the people that I need to talk to. I think. I assume it'll be them, or they'll give me some clue as to who else I should talk to. You're paying... Oh, I played some Battle Brothers. That's a cool game. You hired a guy with a bag over his head who was a Cthulhu cultist? Then he converted everyone? Wow. I never met such a person. But I haven't played that much Battle Brothers. Just a few hours of it. Very interesting game. Okay. I named my mercenary company the Grinning Dead. Alright, score of the fate. Hey, Saito's here! She just has an alternative epidermis lifestyle. Welcome, Saito. How you doing? Okay.
Sure.
Everything about the bloom is just so nice. It's all designed to make you feel really comfortable in your skin. That's what I like about this part of the game. Super comforting. Call this part. Alright, let's open up some more cells.
Let's go.
Wait, so how many bloom side quests do we have now? 8, plus I've already finished 1, I think. So, we've found at least 9 side quests in the bloom so far, which is pretty impressive. I'm doing alright, Sato. I'm a little bit tired, but, wait a minute, my friend Tex TV just started watching. That's amazing. He's been here for a while. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. Rocking his peers, putting suckers in fear.
All right.
No, don't shut that. Don't do the thing I just commanded you to do by clicking on that.
You've got it.
Okay, what's going on in here? This looks like a happy room. Fucking 50 Shades of Red all up in here. Beneath the grate, a vertical shaft descends into darkness. Faint whispers echo from somewhere far below. Manacles hang from the ancient stone plinth, but they're rusted and useless. No one has been chained here in a long time. Okay, well, there's some loot, I guess. That's really the important thing here.
On it.
What is this thing? Ooh, an oddity worth monies. Okay, I gotta ask you this question, Colin, if you're still here. I've been super curious about this, and it would be really hard to actually find out the answer to this question somehow by playing the game. You'd have to play it... Well, I don't know what you'd have to do, but... Are there ever any times when oddities are actually used for anything, like in dialogue? I never found a way with any oddities I was ever carrying, and I've sold almost all of them. But, like, is there some oddity you get in Sega's Cliffs that looks like it's going to be useless, and then, like, hours and hours later in the game, you can use it in some conversation or quest or something? Because I was hoping the answer is no, because if the answer is yes, that means you basically have to keep every fucking oddity, right? Just in case. And I was thinking, okay, the oddities are just supposed to be something interesting and cool to read about and then sell for money. That was my impression, my thought, my idea. I think the answer is no. Alright, good. There's one oddity I will not sell. Alright, let me read this. Hold on. This is a strange little green vial of some coin. The malachite-tinted bauble filled with ashen vapor pulsates at the touch. When peered at long enough, it invokes an intense feeling of solitude. The examiner never knows whether to embrace it or shun it. Man, I don't need a Numenera for an intense feeling of solitude. Motherfucking, this oddity would feel sorry for me when it comes to intense feelings of solitude. Alright. Let's have Allegorn grab that. He's the designated stuff we're gonna sell carrier. You never sold any of them? Seriously? Wow. There's one that I won't sell. It's the Stillborn Construct. I felt like it would be way too disrespectful to sell it. To just sell it for parts to some junk dealer or something. So I'm going to carry this stillborn construct through the whole damn game. Because it feels like the appropriate thing to do. Plus, I thought maybe I'll find a way sometime later in the game where I can, like, revive it, bring it back to life. I think that's probably extremely unlikely, but you never know. By the way, I see what you did here. Bronze Sphere. Pretty direct reference to Planescape Torment right there. Also, O, obviously. O is really supposed to be the exact same character O from Torment, right? From Planescape. Seemed like the same guy. Or being. Entity. Okay. You neither confirm nor deny that O is the same. Alright, I hear you. But he is. Also, I see what you did there with Yellow Shirt Guy, too. I was there for that stream. I remember Yellow Shirt Guy. I was pretty amused by that. I was pretty amused. I saw him standing there with a yellow shirt, and I saw that his name was YSG, and I just started laughing. Yeah, that's super awesome. That's super awesome. I'm glad you guys did that. I mean, it wasn't something you had to do, but it was just a funny little thing that only a certain select number of people would get, you know. Alright, let's move on. Oh, this Mirrorcaster is getting sold now that we've done it. Alright. Well, there's nothing else in this little cell. Let's come out back out here. So we'll stay zoomed in. We'll get the full details of this lovely place. Crumbling masonry serves as a testament to a past effort to reinforce the walls. But the Bloom seems to have other ideas. You know, normally when I play a game and there's like a prison or something in it, I usually say something like, I've done time in worse places than this. Right. But that sure as fuck doesn't apply this time. Hey, you're moving on, you're going to bed. Alright, Colin. Thanks for coming by again as usual. Or as usual, like you just hear all the time. No, but thanks for coming again. It's great to have you here. I'm loving the game still. Loving it to pieces. Have a good night. Yeah, Gavin Jurgens. Every time I try to say his last name, I just start coughing for some reason. This old metal door looks fairly solid. It has a single mechanical lock. You notice that the mechanism appears complicated, suggesting that it's more than just a simple lock. I will have so much fun with this exceptional game. Thanks, Colin. Okay, let's examine this lock more closely. Embedded within the locking mechanism is a thin bladder of air, and as you look more carefully, you realize that the bladder is somehow connected to a series of tubes. This is a trap, a cunning, ingenious trap that is beyond the skill of the Murdens. It must be part of the original design of the door. Alright, Matt Keena's gonna destroy this trap. She's got like plus 10 million to quick fingers at this point. Akina, if you don't mind. Boom, 100%. She laughs at this trap. Okay, good. Moving slowly and methodically, you trace the trigger mechanisms to a pinhole nozzle in front of the door, which leads back to a small reservoir. It contains a dangerous substance that would be sprayed on a hapless victim. After disabling the triggers, you remove the reservoir from the door. You are now the proud owner of a small sack of molecular acid. I love that disarming the trap gave me an item. It's a cipher, and it's really lovely looking. Creates an immediate size slick of noxious acid, dealing 13 chemical damage to any character who enters or starts their turn. You just throw it down and it makes an acid pool. Alright, makes sense. This small sack of acid was part of a cunning trap that you removed from a door in the old slave block. Its membrane is thin and easily punctured. If you throw it at an enemy, it will splatter them with molecular acid and probably create a hazardous pool on the ground. I like how it says probably. Yeah, it's molecular acid. You know, Saito. Science. Alright. Again, Matt Kina, if you don't mind, handle this shit. And she gets another 100% without even spending any effort. Because she's a badass. Ooh, critical success. You manipulate the lock successfully, and the door unlocks with a satisfying clunk. Ah, that clunk really did it for me. Okay, what? Saying. Oh, what's going on in here? They're all kind of thugs up in this piece. This one looks like he's had a bad day. He's got some molecular acid on his shit. As opposed to non-molecular acid, which is presumably made of puppy giggles and unicorn dust. Well, hey, in the Numenera setting, something really could be made of puppy giggles and unicorn dust. That would not be the weirdest thing we've found. Alright, quick save again.
On my way.
Two men share this cell. Both of them wear the armor of the Memavira's soldiers. A third soldier lies on the ground nearby, lifeless. One of the survivors is badly hurt, bleeding and clutching his side. The other, a younger man, appears uninjured. His hands are bound with rusty manacles, and he looks blearily up at you with eyes that suggest that he's waiting for the butcher's blade. Wait, why are these guys in here if they work for the Memavira? Carrying around a miscarried Rock'em Sock'em robot. Yeah, man, that game was not very fun. It was not very fun. I played it, and at no time did I think, fuck yeah, this is fun. When he realizes that you're not a Murden, his face lights with frantic hope. Oh, thank the gods you've come! You can free us. You can name your reward with Bruska. Or with the Memavira herself. Oh, is this the missing patrol that I'm looking for? Did they get jumped by the Murden and thrown in here? No, because it said the lock was too complicated for the Murden. So who threw them in here? I guess we'll have to ask them and find out. You have no idea what that is? It was an old game, an old, like... It wasn't a board game per se. It was a toy, is what it was. It was an old toy in the United States, like back in the 80s, where you had these two robots that you could cause to punch each other by like pushing a button or something. It was lame, but they made it look really cool on the commercials on TV. You know, they really hyped it up as being this really fun robot battle game. And then you actually played it in real life, and it was like, wow, this is fucking lame. Alright. This is the missing patrol, I'm assuming. Okay, or at least one of them. How did you get here? We've been on this route for a long time. Very long time. We've never had any trouble with the Murdens before. They've always paid their tribute. So we had no reason to think I think they just tried to slaughter us. We fought back, and we survived the fight, but... He gestures to his companion. I don't know how much longer he'll survive. We need your help to escape. Tell me again how you got here. The normal collection route. We never thought... His wounded companion groans softly, and the younger man puts out a hand to steady him. Hang in there, Zebak. Alright, how have you been treated? I can see that it's not good. They give us some bowls of slop now and then, but I don't dare eat it. If I used it as a chamber pot, you'd never know the difference. Otherwise, they ignore Zebak and me. I mean, if you don't count the time when they came in here and ate pieces off of Pell, keeping us fresh is what I think, instead of letting us rot. Our turn will come. Sure of it. Guess I could free them. You should eat something. You said that like an hour and a half ago or something, and you still haven't eaten anything. Guinea pig is demanding food. Oh, yeah, third head cancer. Saito practically worships guinea pigs. If, like, there's a religion in which guinea pigs are God, he is like the pope of that religion. I don't know why, but for some reason he thinks they're the best thing ever. Let's free them both, why not? There's a key by the door, friend, he says. Just use that and... Excellent. He finishes as you unlock him and his friend. Can I trouble you for something else? With the shape Zebak is in, there's no way we can get out of here alive. At least, not with the Murden guards watching the entryway. Can you do something about them? I could lie. It's clear. And then just watch them go out there and get killed by the Murden. That'd be a dick move. Wait here for now. Just don't leave us here to die.
On my way.
Strips of flesh have been torn from this corpse, and the eye sockets are empty. Judging by the armor, this was one of the Memavira's thugs. Skinned creatures hang from wooden poles, dripping blood on the ground. This room must serve as the Murden's larder. Oh, this is where they keep their food. I see. This man's breathing is labored. Oh my god! It's him! Do you remember the 3 kids? Well, the 2 kids, and then the other kid that was like their friend who wasn't really their relative, but from Cliff's Edge? This is their dad. I was wondering, when I talked to those kids and they said he went off to work in the Bloom, I remember thinking at the time, I wonder if we're going to meet him later when we go to the Bloom. This is him. This man's breathing is labored, and his eyes barely focus on you. Blood has soaked his brigandine armor. Better off talking to him. He nods at his comrade. His voice is soft, almost a whisper. I ain't got much breath left in me. What happened to you? Double-crossed by the Murdens. We came to collect the boss lady's tribute, as we always do. They fell on us like the mudbirds they are. He puts a hand to his side. Broke one of their beaks with my fist. Got me a couple stab wounds for my trouble. I think my kids can't see me now. Tell me again what happened to you, since talking hurts so bad. Hey, Moomba Knight! How's it going, Moomba? Good to see you. I'm doing okay, Moomba. A little bit tired, but actually in fairly ebullient spirits at this point, because Colin McComb came by again, which feels really exciting when that happens. Alright, tell me again what happened to you. Double-crossed. Tried to collect our usual tribute. The Murdens attacked us. They're always afraid of us before. Your name is Zebak. I think I met your children in Sega's Cliffs. Nice. It's all tied together. Zeb and Nim? He reaches out a shaking hand to clutch your shoulder. Are they well? Actually, they are well, but what do you care about it? You abandoned them, what do you care? No, I'm not going to be a dick like that. I think the guy was just trying to come and make some money so he can, you know, take care of his kids. And then he got sucked into this crazy life of crime, probably, and one thing leads to another there, and then you find that you can never rejoin your family ever again. Just saying. Sometimes that happens to people. They were fine when I last saw them. Saito is here to bestow blessings and good tidings. Yeah. And dread touches. Third head cancer. I'm imagining a guinea pig on some sort of stretcher carried by 4 people wearing a robe and crown. That sounds like something that Saito would arrange. You stream as background listening too? I do that all the time. Do that all the time. They were fine when I last saw them. His grip on your shoulder tightens and his eyes grow wet. Thank the gods, he whispers. If I survive this, I'm going home. Never letting them out of my sight again. Don't care what Brusca says. Shakes his head. Time has a way of slipping out of your hands in the bloom. That's what they say. I never meant to stay so long. Let me take a look at your wounds. Can I, like, use some spray flash on them or something? I have some natural lore, as it tells me here. He murmurs, peeling back his blood-caked armor. He looks at you with a mix of hope and dread, probably assuming that you're a healer. I have a shitload of healing items, so functionally I am a healer, if I could use them. I can't just be like, boom, spray flesh. You want some bloom water? Maybe that'll help. Fortunately, you have some knowledge of medicine, or you remember some of your sire's knowledge, perhaps. The soldier's wounds don't smell of corruption, and you're certain they're survivable, but only with treatment, which he won't get until he escapes this cell. Relaxing a bit before bed. What time do you usually go to bed, Saito? I forgot, you're in my time zone, aren't you? You're just, like, super north from here. Never put Mio in a costume. I did get her a tiny sombrero for funsies once, though. Never put Mio in a costume yet. Yet. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 9 p.m. You usually stay up later than this, don't you? I think you do. Alright. I think I can get you out of here. If you're gonna help us escape, better talk to him. He nods at his comrade. I won't be much use, but I'll follow along as best I can. Very well. Oh, I can't believe we met Zib and Nim's dad. That's so cool. Tying back into something like from 30 plus hours of play ago. You have to get up early tomorrow? Okay. You're on spring break time, so you're pretty much nocturnal now? That makes sense, third-hand cancer. Yay, spring break time. I feel like Saito would literally marry a guinea pig if there was some way to make that a legal reality. He nudges his companion, and both of them look at you with hope in their pain-filled eyes. Is the way clear? Did you get rid of the burdened guards at the entrance? Wait here for now. Just don't leave us here to die. I might have left you here to die, actually. But now that I know that he's Nim and Zeb's father, now I'm going to help you guys out for sure.
Sure.
'Cause those kids deserve to have their dad around. If they have to just grow up by
Yes,
themselves at that
now.
age on the street, they're gonna have to end up doing some bad
Doing
things
that's
that are gonna
learning,
haunt them for the rest of their
guess.
life. And I don't want them to have to become that. Try to be in bed by 10. Wait. What the fuck are you talking about, Moomba? In one state of the US, it's okay to fuck a dog long as it under some weight? You're making that up. Or whoever told you that was making that up. That is not true. It could be true, I guess, but it doesn't sound true.
Alright, here I go.
Alright, where does this go?
Done.
Oh. More cells and stuff.
You bet.
Yes, now.
See what's cracking in here.
Yes, now.
As you tug on the heavy door, a panic-filled male voice calls out to you. Hello? Is someone out there? I know you're not Merdens. I can't feel their blasted mental noise. And by all the gods, I hope you're friendlier than they are. Please, you have to help me. For the love of everything you hold dear, please open the door. Who are you? This guy is scared. This guy's scared like Brad when he plays certain games. My friends call me Shinwise. Please, I don't want to die. Open the door. Alabama, I think you can. Well, if it was gonna be anywhere. Third Hand Cancer says no offense to any Alabamians, but I wouldn't be entirely surprised. Oh, man. We have a few states in our country that do not have the best reputation. There's no way that might have been a law at some point, but there's just no way in 2017 there's a legal to fuck a dog law anywhere in our country. There's no way. It can't be. It cannot be. Alabama has a higher age of consent than Germany? What the hell is the age of consent in Germany? Well, no state in the US has an age of consent lower than 16. Many states have an age of consent of 16 in the US, but none are lower than that. And I know there are other countries in the world where it's as low as 14. Maybe even lower in some really sketchy countries. But 14 in Germany. How is it that low? That's crazy town. I mean, I don't actually believe that's crazy town. Based on my actual beliefs about human beings and their maturation, that seems reasonable to me. But, like, just compared to how it is in my culture where I live, where people would flip their shit at the idea of a 14-year-old, you know, like, that's infected me with their flipping their shitness to where it sounds crazy to me, even though if I stop and think about it rationally, and I think about the entire course of human history and what age people realistically started making through most of all of the time that we've been a species, then I think, oh, yeah, 14's not that weird. I have a feeling if you went back to, like, the you know, Stone Age people, you know, prehistoric tribal-based humans, and you said, your kids all have to wait till they're 18 to start mating, they would look at you like you were an insane person. Don't forget to apologize after you reproduce asexually. Yeah, apologize because he's Canadian. Nice. Alright. Shin-wise. Please, I don't want to die! Open the door! What's trying to kill you? I don't know. I don't know! Tentacled things that hang around the edges of the room. There's blood and bones all over the floor. The Murdens threw me in here. Locked the door behind me. I think I'm supposed to be some kind of sacrifice. Alright. We'll pick the lock. Ooh, it's a low chance on this one. Still gonna be 100% for her, though. Lol. With a click, you unlock the door, and it grumbles open, revealing an emaciated man in tattered rags, a look of profound shock and fear on his face. Behind him, blood and bones litter the floor. Oh, that looks like a scary... Alright. What's this guy's problem? Push him back into the room. The man is short and dark, and his face is scarred and disfigured. Okay, so I'm imagining that this guy looks like Seal. Love Seal. Yeah, that guy can sing. One of his injuries is freshly branded on his cheek, a stylized blade with blood dripping from it. He wears the ragged clothes of a bloom slave, tattered and filthy. I don't know if Brad's even in here anymore. Tries desperately to push past you. Let me out of here, I beg you. This is no fit place for a human. Push him back in the room. Dick, move. If I get to a part like that in a game and I just cannot figure out the puzzle, and I spend a long time, a couple of hours or something on it trying to figure it out, and I just can't figure it out, I'll just look the shit up. I don't even give a fuck. I mean, I won't look. I'll try hard for a long enough period of time that I feel that I have exhausted my mental resources to figure it out. But after that point, when I'm like, nope, I just can't figure it out, at that point, I'll just look it up online and just, I don't even care at that point. That's what I do. I rarely need to do that, because in most games, I am able to figure stuff out. Eventually, but on rare occasion, I'm not ashamed of looking stuff up. Alright, but that almost never happens, honestly. Before I let you out, I need you to answer some questions for me. Before I let you out, I need you to answer some questions for me. He glances back over his shoulder, his nervousness apparent in every twitch. Twitch. And you can see him evaluating the possibility of just bowling through you. I'll kill you, motherfucker. You answer my questions or die. I will Sparta kick you right the fuck back in that room. His mental calculus complete. He inches closer but shows no sign of trying to bolt. How I'm being super casual, what with not going through all the rooms in the necropolis? Nobody is going through all the rooms in the necropolis. Anybody that thinks they're going to, I bet you they get through 100 rooms or so like I did, and they've just got to be like, nope. Nah, we're done. Alright. But please, make them quick. I don't want to be eaten. Tell me what's in the room. Why does it frighten you? He looks at you with incredulity. The floor is covered with blood, the bones are snapped in half, and the smell of death is everywhere. He breaks off and looks behind him, apparently distraught. Apparently distraught! Yeah, you think? I don't know what's in there, but I've seen things. Tentacled things moving around the edges of the room. Dude, you know you're in the bloom, right? This entire place is a scary tentacled death monster that wants to eat you. The entire place. Achievement unlock, going to every room. Yeah, I'm going to miss that achievement. I don't think they would have made that achievement, though, because they would then know that the people that have to get all the achievements would have to do it, knowing that it would take them 10 to 20 hours of insanely mind-numbing shit, and that it would probably negatively sour people's opinions of the game if they did that. What are you doing here? You know that auctioneer outside the Memavira's fortress? The one with too many teeth? He sold me to a merchant, supposedly to open a maw. Then the merchant sold me to the Murdens. That's not even legal! Nobody's allowed to sell slaves to the Murdens. He swallows and glances over his shoulder again. The Murdens threw me in this cell. I saw them cast another slave into this room before me. I heard her screaming. So much blood. He looks imploringly past you. Please, let me out. Who are you? I'm Shenwise. I got caught by the levies when I nicked some sleep wine for my old mother. You're lying. You're fucking lying, Shenwise. You did not get caught for stealing some medicine for your mother. Motherfucker, I've heard that before. I've heard it before, pal. Sure, everybody in prison was just stealing medicine for their mother. Uh-huh. Alright. What did you really do? She's dying, and I couldn't afford a chirurgeon, and I'd never done it before. Of course you hadn't. No, that's also a lie. Listen, everybody in prison has already gotten away with a shitload of crimes before they finally get caught doing one. And they're always like, it was my first time, I never committed a crime before. You know, except for those 25 times I did it before. Thought I'd take a chance on bloom slavery to pay my debts and get back home. I never dreamed I'd wind up here. What's that symbol on your cheek? That's the mark of a murderer. Oh, Matt Keena's talking. That's the mark of a murderer, Matt Keena says at once. Even if a killer survives bloom slavery, people will always know who they're dealing with. It's like sex offender registration. They use a special brand that shines through makeup and disguises. She chuckles at some secret joke. The little man's eyes dart left and right. He licks his lips. It's true. I killed a couple thugs in the underbelly, but it was them or me, honest. Folsom turned me over to the levies because the ones I killed worked for him. Otherwise, he wouldn't have cared. Okay. Now the story has changed. Why should I believe you, Shinwise? You just lied to me a second ago. You killed a couple thugs. Pretty soon, we're going to get to the real truth. Alright, I killed 17 children, skinned them alive, and ate them like chicken McNuggets. I mean, let's get to the truth here, Shinwise. The bloom is the ultimate evolution of the terrifying aspects of Japanese culture. Yeah, I suspect that the average Japanese person would not even be creeped out in here. They'd be like, oh shit, I've watched so many movies that are way creepier than this. Did he wear the kid's skin as PJs? Probably. We're stealing medicine for your mother. Cough to make more drugs and steal to kids on the streets. Never done this before because never been caught till now. Yeah, exactly. Everybody always says it's the first time. When they get caught, they always say it's the first time they ever did it. But it's so not true. I mean, occasionally it's true. When I robbed a bank, it really was the first time I had robbed a bank. Not counting burglarizing. That's a different thing. So it really was the first time. But it certainly wasn't the first crime I'd committed worthy of prison. It wasn't the 10th. It wasn't the 50th. The true horror of this crime is the part about chicken McNuggets. Definitely should have been Wendy's Nuggets. Good call, third hand cancer. Alright, Kid Nuggets is food. I have no more questions. Does this mean you'll let me go? Please, please! Honestly, I don't give a shit that he killed a couple thugs. And frankly, even if he killed somebody else that's not a thug, who am I, Judge Dredd? It's not my job to judge people for this shit. So he killed somebody. Whatever. Live and let live. Go about your business, son. Step aside and let him go. Without a word of thanks, he bolts past you and down the hall, vanishing around the corner. Nice fellow. I don't trust him. Watch, that's just gonna come back to bite us in the ass. There's gonna be some dead kids coming up soon in our future, and it's gonna be him that did them. And then it's like, oh, see, you let him go. Oh, this looks creepy as shit in here. No wonder he was scared and wanted to get out of this room. This room does not look okay. Yeah, I killed more people just to get to this room. Alright. Before we go in there, we're gonna solidly save. Alright, well... that's gonna do it for this episode. I need to end it here, because I'm at 1 minute and 1 second here. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Torment, Tides of Numenera.